Joseph, MMA fighter, Tauranga, New Zealand, and that's what you're known for a long time. And then Shuriken show one night, and suddenly there's retirement. And all of your fans, including us at Combat TV, thought, man, you've got so much more to give. Can you tell us a little bit about the lead up and why the retirement come?
Yeah, I mean, I initially won the welterweight Shuriken title almost 5 years ago, and then held that for a while, and then went up to middleweight, and then held that for a while as well, and defended that a few times. And I got to the sort of stage where my focus needed to be on my students, on my children as well, and I thought it was time for me to retire. And I was undefeated and stopped everyone I had fought, so I was proud of that, and I thought, it's a good time to let it go now. However, an opportunity has come up now to fight Roan Carnieno. He's a big fighter from Brazil, a UFC fighter, and we're fighting for the WKN world title. So, yes, of course I'd like to stay undefeated and, hopefully stop him as well and keep that run going, So we'll see how that pans out.
Yeah, and what do you think his dangers are to you, to your style of fighting?
Hold on a sec, I've got rain on the lens.
Oh,
Shall we shift it in now?
yeah, I think we might have to. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, do you want to put your belts in the...
We're going to go inside now.
Um,
You sit down here.
yeah.
And it's quite nice. You might give you two different sort of angles
Yeah.
as well.
It's all right if I sit on here?
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Hey, it's photo bomber. Over there, you get your turn one day, buddy. You're gonna get your turn.
We'll get you in the story, mate. First of all, you're South African. Did you grow up in South Africa, or did you come?
Yep. So born in Zimbabwe, grew up in South Africa. My father was South African. He was South African heavyweight champ for boxing. So instead of throwing a ball outside, I would hit pads and stuff from a young age. And afterwards, leaving South Africa, I went to do my OE in England. I was living in London for 6 years, and that's where I met my main trainer that brought me into MMA. So obviously, everyone knows I'm trained under Roger Gracie, and I'm very proud to be a black belt under him. So those were my main influences coming up, and those, growing up there. But I've been here in New Zealand now for, must be about 12, 13 years. So this is home for me now.
And did you fight over in England?
Yeah, we fought plenty of times,
Yeah.
and travelled there. And back home as well, fought back in South Africa as well.
Okay.
So it's just something I've been doing my whole life.
The reason for your retirement back then, last year?
Last year in July, just basically getting to the stage of my career now where, there was nothing left to prove, and I'd taken care of my backyard, and I was looking forward to watching my students develop and grow. It's very difficult as a trainer when I'm trying to get ready to fight, because I need to focus on myself, and I want to focus on my students. I've got good students, they put in a lot of work. And also, like I said, I want to focus on my children as well. They're very good little athletes, and they got their own goals.
But there's something come up and you decided to make the comeback. Yeah.
We can never get out of it.
Something big.
Something big, yes.
Because when you retired, there was a lot of us that thought, hey, you could have been the first, or you could have been in the UFC, representing New Zealand.
That would have been lovely.
Yeah.
I would love to have done that. Maybe when I was a bit younger. Been like fighting my whole life, and it's been getting on. And I thought that it was the right time. But like you say, a big fighter like Roan Carnieno, 4th degree black belt, Brazilian legend, UFC fighter. I couldn't say no. I'm looking forward. I'm excited for the test. I want to represent myself, my club, the country, everything. So I'm going to give it a go. Out of retirement.
Out of retirement. Yeah. You've just had a knee operation. Can you tell us a little bit about that? And was it a factor in your retirement?
The knee operation wasn't a factor in the retirement. It's something that happened. It can be career ending. So I snapped the ACL and tore the meniscus. Had that a couple of weeks ago, and I'm working very hard on my recovery, and we're making good gains. Look, in a perfect world, I would have more time to recover from the operation. The surgeon and they reckon about 9 to 12 months, but we can't pick and choose these things, so we're going to just do what we can do and work around the injury and we're going to give it a go in November.
So how are you going to prepare for this? Because down here, I know you've done a lot of work with different trainers. Diesel Walker was your first trainer.
Absolutely.
And is still
He's still my
involved.
trainer, yeah. So, I mean, I'm sure Diesel will come down and visit me and throws this big car battery hanger at me. And I look forward to seeing that. All I can do is work around my injury. I've got a great team here as well. They will look after me, so lots of shark tanks, and as I get tired and they start to dominate me, I'm sure they will put me down gently so I don't injure the knee any further, So, yeah, good support crew.
And is this going to be a one-off fight, or is this going to be something that you continue on with?
Yeah, it's a standing joke. I've said it many times. That's one more, guys, one more. But, I'm so supported by my team and my club, because I've been saying for a long time, no, it's about you guys. I need to focus on you. And they're like, yeah, okay, cool. And then they're like, do another one. Another one. We got our whole lives ahead of us, So, they're very supportive, and they're great guys behind me, great students. No, I just want to say it's, in New Zealand, very hard, for a lot of up-and-coming fighters, and it's really good to get people behind you that can help support you and go forward. So, I just want to say big thanks to Pato Entertainment. They're getting behind me for this fight and helping support and make this thing happen as well. So big thanks to Pato Entertainment, guys.
Well, we hope to talk to you again as you get closer and closer to the big day in November. And I'm sure as always, you'll do yourself and our country
Fantastic.
and South Africa proud.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Cheers, mate.
Thank you.